Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Chainsaw Man chapters 35, 36, 37, and depending on how my computer holds up, maybe 38 as well, because people did answer me that the anime does go all the way up to 38, and so I could finish out what the anime covered and that could be cool. Or if we end at 37, we can just finish the arc. I'm assuming ends at 38. Then we can just finish 38 and then move on from there next video. But either way, gonna use the volume artwork because we're starting a new volume here. We're starting volume 5 just to change things up because it's something that I mentioned last time. Hopefully, don't get in trouble because of it. Hopefully, they just don't go around striking people for something as simple as using the volume cover while I talk about the series. So yeah, let's read through and talk about chapters 35 onward. I would like to get through 38 and finish this arc, but like I said, it just depends. The chapters usually aren't super long in Chainsaw Man, but at the same time, when I try to record for a long time, my computer has just not been having it lately, so we'll just have to wait and see how things go. Either way, I guess there's not too much more to talk about. I feel like since I do, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm cool knowing like how long certain arcs last. I don't really consider that a spoiler necessarily, but the fact that I do know kind of sets my expectations in a certain way. I'm like, okay, we got introduced to these new characters. Since we're about to end here in a couple chapters, and chapters again in Chainsaw Man aren't super long, that doesn't mean that a lot doesn't happen, but they're not like crazy ultra long or anything. It just makes me think that those new characters aren't going to really do much of anything yet. Maybe next arc they'll get into doing more, we'll learn more about them as characters. I just feel like if we only have like 3-4 chapters, depending on if 38 is like an epilogue type thing or not, then I just feel like we need to see this fight. We need to have Denji and the samurai sword blade guy. We need to see them. We need to see the Snake Girl and Aki fight, which is what we just left off on. I'm assuming since Power was also involved with the training arc, the three of them have kind of been like almost presented a little bit like our main trio thus far. I would assume that Power is probably going to do something, but either way, let's just get into it, see what goes on from here. Starting Volume 5. Again, I'm just going to skim through the like normal character page type stuff that they have at the beginning. And this is neat. We have artwork of the Angel Devil actually on the inner frontispiece here. Yeah, I'm just okay, sorry, I'm just skimming through. I was seeing if like any of the information that we have on the characters was anything new that we hadn't already seen, but no, it's pretty much already just stuff that we already know. Alright. But this chapter is called Minor. I'm not going to look at the other title names yet. So we have 35 Minor. Right, and the snake had just spit out the ghost devil. And we see the hands coming in towards Aki. And he cuts through them. You've improved since last time. If you use my power, your right eye will see a sliver into the future, says the future devil. Cool, that's a cool power-up. But that's all. And then we have all these hands coming in. It's one of those things where just because you can predict it or see it doesn't necessarily mean that you can keep up with it. If your body can't keep up. And it grabs him by the throat and holds him up to its face. Keep squeezing. Choke him to death. And it's interesting how it's taking orders from Sawatari, is the snake girl. I just got reminded by the beginning of the volume, or I would not have remembered 100%. So it's interesting that the ghost is already listening to Sawatari. I wonder if they made a deal, or if that's a part of the snake devil that because it swallowed it, is what's giving her control. And it's squeezing on Aki's throat. And we have a flashback to Himeno. I'll give you a cigarette, and then I don't smoke, it'll rot your bones. This seems like it'll be a long relationship, so I sure would like it if you smoked. And then she blushed and looked to the side. Fine, I'll smoke it, but just the one. This is the only cigarette I'll smoke my entire life. Yes, I'll light it for you. Making a minor smoke. You're a terrible mentor. You're a minor? Yeah? Then you can't smoke. Duh. Blah. Give me that. She takes it back. I'll hang on to this for you then. When you're all grown up and start needing something to take the edge off, I'll give it back to you. And we see him on the ground around all the severed arms. And the ghost holds out a hand and gives him a cigarette. Easy revenge. And he walks into the ghost. What? Himeno told me that because the ghost devil has no eyes, what it sees is fear. Oh. Oh man, I love the art, him walking up. And we see the flowers. And he goes up behind its head. Himeno, I'll join you soon. And he decapitates the ghost devil. Snake, don't kill her. Oh? Again, what can Kobeni do? She's already at Sawatari's throat. Like without her even noticing. Kobeni, why did you stay with public safety? Because we get our bonuses soon. Kobeni's really interesting. This is not. Okay. Really cool. And we have Pochta with the cigarette. So that was very, very short. That was really short. Really good. Again, length does not have to determine quality here. That was a really good chapter. So it's interesting. I guess the Ghost Devil sort of let him kill it. Then again, with devils and all, don't 100% know if it's like really actually dead from just being decapitated or not. But very, very interesting. So yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of taking that in, letting it wash over me a little. That was really, really, really good. As the series always is, I like so much of the imagery and the visuals that we get presented. Like, and it always just, it leaves me thinking a little bit more. It's really incredible. I do love Chainsaw Man so much. I'm really glad I decided to finally start reading it for the channel. And as much as it would have been awesome to watch the anime first, I'm glad I decided to do manga and stuff, because I get to talk with all of you. The comments have been amazing for Chainsaw Man. The people that follow along with it are great. But yeah, I'm just glad I got to do it this way. I'm really, really enjoying getting to just take my time and talk through it as I'm reading it. But yeah, either way, let's read chapter 36, just so that we can, you know, continue on. No point, like, talking for 3 minutes here just to make you wait for the next one. Starting chapter 36, it is titled Katana vs. Chainsaw, and we see, okay, we didn't see Power last time, but she's with Denji, and they're going up this elevator. And we see that she's eating one of the arms, actually, from one of the zombies. Gross. Huh? Meat is meat. Pork, beef, human, it's all the same. It's totally different, says Denji. I love all of their interactions. Our job's to capture Samurai Sword Dude. You better not eat him when we do. And the elevator makes it there. It opens to a bunch of zombies. And then, they haven't noticed us. Don't make any loud noises. My name is Power, she yells. Huh? 'Tis a battle. We can beat these guys. And then, all the zombies are coming in. Denji, follow me. Watch my back. And then he just stands there as she goes into fight. How do you like that? I'm not running away. I'm dignified and beautiful. And then a powerful adversary. Watch this, Denji, because it's a really big one. And tell the tale of how Power is the strongest of them all. I love Power. Just the most entertaining. We have Denji just yawning. And then he makes it to the next floor and is about to pull the ripcord when it opens to the samurai guy and 2 henchmen. There you are, Mr. Sideburns man. Hold your horses. Why don't we talk about this? Say what now? We're willing to surrender, depending on your attitude. All we want is closure for our anger. That's it. Denji, you murdered my friends, or you murdered their friends and my granddad. We want to make things right. I killed your buddies and your granddad because they turned into zombies, dude. Don't lie to me. Uneducated idiots are always so quick to lie. But that doesn't matter. Even if that were true, zombies were once human. Don't you feel guilty for killing them? Not one bit. I've gone through some changes myself by Sawatari's doing. I guess my physical heart was replaced with the katana devil. But even I can't sleep well on nights when I've slipped up and killed zombies. So, again, it's really interesting because he and Sawatari don't seem like I mean, they're working with the Gun Devil, which is a bad thing because he killed millions, but they don't necessarily seem like awful people. Like, we don't have context for what they're doing yet, and they don't, like, we haven't seen them just straight up killing puppies, so to speak. We haven't seen them doing things that really seem straight up evil. The only people they're trying to kill is people that they think they have a beef with because they're, like, literally devils or working with devils. Like, we don't know their motives or anything yet, so it's hard to think that they're completely evil or anything. And he said his physical heart was replaced with the Katana Devil, so it is the same thing that happened with Denji. So it is a different process for making somebody like the two of them. You're the only one who doesn't have a human heart anymore. If you have any semblance of a human conscience left, how will you let us kill you without how about you let us kill you without a fight? Nope. I see. Then I'll cut you down. And he pulls his arm off and there's a blade in it. Come and get me, moron. And he pulls the ripcord. And that, I guess, is the activation for both of them. Huh? Not that again. That's no fair. And then the katana guy, or blade guy, or whatever he is. I think it did say chainsaw versus katana, right? He charges out the building, taking Denji with him through the window and the side of the wall. They go plummeting down towards the streets. What? Weren't you going to cut me down? What's wrong? And then die. The two of them clash. And we end there. Alright? So we end there. Again, combat chapters usually aren't as long. I like getting this look into the characters. I guess it increases our knowledge of the world and the lore and stuff, so to speak. Lore versus world building, kind of a weird distinction. But yeah, it adds more knowing that this guy was made similar to the way that Denji was, where his actual heart was replaced. We get more into the character stuff that we've been, having go on with Denji, where Denji's like, would I feel bad if people died? Am I human anymore? And I feel like hearing this from the Katana guy is just going to make him maybe question that even more, question what he's already feeling. The character stuff is really, really good in Chainsaw Man. Plus, the action here is good, the art is great as always. And I like the Katana guy, and I like Sawatari. And I'm interested. I think there's a very good chance they could die, like they could get killed here. But I just want to know more about what the deal is behind them. I mean, Katana Guy has the motives of wanting to avenge his grandfather, but aside from that, why are they working with the Gun Devil? Why are they doing what they're doing? Because they don't seem necessarily evil. I guess we do know a bit more about the Katana Guy, even though we don't know his name. We do know a bit more than with Sawatari, because Sawatari doesn't seem necessarily evil. But she's, again, a part of this whole thing. But Katana Guy, again, wants to avenge his grandfather, and his grandfather sucked. But I guess we do know his motives in that sense. But either way, let's move on to Chapter 37. With Chapter 7, we start off basically continuing with their plummet towards the ground, and they separate from one another, and it's called Train, Head, Chainsaw. And then, ow, whoa, and landing on the train almost reminds me of the, I love that one Sakamoto Days arc. I really need to post the Jump Week stuff so I can start reading Sakamoto Days again. The one train fight that was there in the early days of that. Where'd he go? And he comes slicing down on top, but it looks like Denji is able to block. Due to a devil disturbance inside the train, we'll now be making an emergency stop. And we have everyone screaming. The doors will open on both sides. All passengers, please evacuate the train immediately. And we have somebody on the ground in front of Denji. And then they're cowering. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the Katana Guy bursts past him like he did before, but Denji's able to block to protect the person, though he loses his arm in the process. The person he saved goes running. And then Katana Guy stances up again. Oh man, he's so cool. Come on, dude. Let's ban that move. And he does the same thing again. And then takes off his other arm. Interesting. You can't fight anymore, can you? Come on, Denji. Before you die, apologize to me for killing my granddad. Hey, I can still fight, idiot. Or because I've still got the chainsaw on my head, idiot. And he goes in for a third slash past him. Denji crouches down, and the chainsaw on his head breaks. Didn't my granddad ever teach you to know when to quit? Apologize to my granddad. Do that and I'll put you out of your misery. You oh so carefully aimed for my head. Thanks, moron. Huh? And he's completely bifurcated vertically. Didn't your granddad ever teach you that a beast should never trust a hunter? Again, like learning from that guy. So he got completely split. I wonder though if he hit the heart, then if that's something that would kill him. Because I would think that we've seen Denji get pretty messed up when he used his leg as a chainsaw. But I feel like the heart is probably the weak point for guys like them. So I wonder what the deal is, or I wonder if they're able to remove the sword or blade or katana, whatever devil, if they're able to remove it out of him while he's cut in half like that before he regenerates, if he isn't dead. But either way, I'm going to actually move on and do 38. Like, because these have been pretty short. They've been combat chapters. This took me 3 minutes. So yeah, again, it's been incredible. The fights have been really, really good, but you know, you'd expect fight chapters to be short. But yeah, I can do 38. Let's just do 38. Now we've got chapter 38, Easy Revenge, and we start off with a cover frontispiece of Aki and Himeno. And we see, oh yeah, Sword Guy is captured alive. He regenerated back. And it looks like he's tied up using, like, chainsaw belt. Oh, you awake? So you are the same as me. Thought so. When I pulled out your arm katana, your body stuck back together. Oh? When I pulled out your arm katana, your body stuck back together. Interesting. I'll kill you. I swear I'll kill you. Man, losers are loud. So, like, I gotta stick around till the cops show up for you. But, you know, I just don't get it. You killed Himeno. 'Cause of you, there's one less good-looking lady in the world. And now, you're gonna live out your life in prison without ever being sorry? That's not gonna leave me with a good taste in my mouth. As if you can do anything about it. Your public safety's pet dog. I'm hereby holding a tournament. Huh? A tournament? And Aki shows up. Hey, great timing. This is Hayakawa, Division 4. I've located the target on the train tracks in front of the clock tower. He's restrained, requesting backup. Do you want to enter too, Hayakawa? It's the ultimate tournament. What the hell are you talking about? This guy shot Himeno, so we ought to get shot too, right? I'm talking nut shots. So with that in mind, I'm holding a tournament. We'll both kick him in the balls, and the guy who gets the loudest scream out of him by the time the cop shows up wins. Or cops show up wins. Are you out of your mind? And then, Aki, gah. Huh? You're not gonna play? Our job's to capture him, not torment him as payback. Doing that won't make Himeno happy. Whatever. And he pulls out the Easy Revenge cigarette. Hey, what do I get if I win? Huh, his family jewels, duh. And then we see the cops, the angel devil looking up as the birds fly around. And then his face is, both of them are just happily kicking away at him. Himeno, can you hear this up in heaven? It's a requiem from us to you. The terrorist... Okay, now we're cutting over to Makima giving a report to someone. The terrorist attack was instigated by a former civilian devil hunter named Akane Sawatari. So former devil hunter, that's why she would have a contract. She made a contract with the gun devil and distributed guns to the Yakuza. They say that Sawatari demanded the Chainsaw Devil's heart as payment. And why did Sawatari want the Chainsaw Devil's heart? Well, before we could... Well, I mean... Yeah, why'd she want it? Obviously, to give it to the gun devil. It asked, like, for payment. Well, before we could obtain that information, and Sawatari gets taken out by the snake, and then, Hua! Suicide. It may have been an involuntary suicide, per her contract with the devil. During this operation, we seized 1.4 kilos of gun devil flesh from within the building. When we combine that with the 5 kilos already in public safety's possession, Our collection finally moved towards the Gun Devil itself. It's finally time, Toward where? And then we see that looks almost like child Denji. And then it's the same dream as always. I have the dream I always have and always forget. Denji. Oh, Pochita. Come on out, Pochita. At least let me pet you in my dreams. Denji. Don't open it, no matter what. And he wakes up. Ah, really cool. Adding more suspense and stuff. And he's passed out on the floor with Aki and Power. Huh. What is it? You're too loud, says Power. I think I had a nightmare. And then Power has extra horns. Am I still dreaming? Quit the half-asleep nonsense. And then he gets punched in the gut. What is this Power? Nope, not a dream. Oh, and that's where we end. That's where we end. You know what? This has been less than 20 minutes. I'm actually going to go even further. Let's go to 39 just because these have been so short. I think this has been incredibly good, though. Incredibly fun. And I love how the fun has been a big focus. The art's been great. A big focus has been on the comedy, the action, just the fun of it. But in the background, you have this deeper lore and world building stuff going on with Makima and such. And I think that's something that's really, really good when series do. And I feel like some series can start out that way and then lose their way after like a season or two. If we're talking about shows, I've seen that happen with a lot of Western shows where it's like there are a lot of shows that focus heavily on the comedy, the fun, the action, whatever kind of series it is. But they also build some really cool character and story stuff in the background. And people end up loving it because of that. Because there's just enough, like, story stuff. Just enough, like, intrigue with the characters to hook you and have you trying to guess and fill in the blanks. But what keeps you there is the really fun, enjoyable moments and, like, moment-to-moment story. But then after a while, they hit this point where they're like, oh, people enjoy the character and deeper story stuff that's hooking them. We should do more of that. So you end up with like a season 2 or 3 where they're focusing like completely on the character and story stuff. And all we're getting is like a heavy dialogue after heavy dialogue. And they kind of forget to do the fun stuff. They kind of forget the fun, enjoyable wackiness of, you know, what made the thing enjoyable to watch or read on the moment-to-moment, episode-to-episode basis. So I really, really like that. Hopefully Chainsaw Man doesn't go that way. I doubt it will. But I like that we are sort of in that early stage, something that a lot of series do right and a lot of series get popular with, which is just having fun with it, just giving us enjoyable comedy, enjoyable action, and then like having the character stuff not be too set in stone, because if you make it too set in stone, it's like then your brain isn't filling in gaps or making the character the version of them that makes you like them the most anymore. It kind of makes it too rigid, and not like doing too much with the story, but you get what I mean. Just giving us enough to make it really exciting and really intriguing, and making you guess what might be happening or what's going on in the background or what's going to happen next, while in the meantime just having fun on a chapter to chapter basis. I think it's very, very great. But either way, I am going to do one more. Let me do chapter 39. Okay, now we're going to finish out the video. 39 will be the last one I do. We're starting out with Power here with the extra horns. These horns mean Power drank too much blood. You must have drunk a lot in the battle with the zombies. It's time for a blood draining. Yes'm, a blood draining? Power gets her blood drained periodically. Chapter 39, Tearjerker. If she doesn't, she'll turn into an even scarier and haughtier devil than she is now. So, on that note, Denji, can I borrow your power for a little while, please? She's all yours. And then Power is shocked. You'll need a buddy in the meantime. He asked to team up with you. Hiya! Wow! Okay, so Shark Devil is going to be, or Shark Fiend rather, is going to be Denji's new friend for the time being. Okay. Lord Chainsaw, Lord Chainsaw! And he punches him away. What's his deal? He's the Shark Fiend. Normally he's so violent he can't even hold a conversation, but he says he'll do anything you say. Anything I say? Why? Couldn't tell you. Maybe it's the resemblance. Lord Chainsaw, your orders are absolute. Lord Chainsaw, strongest, supremest. Don't touch me. I'm not into dudes. You look kind of down. I've never been better. In that case, want to go on a date with me after our day off, or on our day off tomorrow? A date? Woohoo! Just celebrating. Huh? Denji, you're already here? There's still an hour. And we have Makima. So cute. When did you get here, Denji? I couldn't sleep. I've been here since 5. So what's the plan for today? It's actually my first time going out with a girl, so from now until midnight, we're going on a theater-hopping movie marathon. Huh? And then I wonder if the opening is almost a reference to this in a way. How they're just seeing a bunch of movies. This is not quite what I expected. We have people laughing in the theater. They're all laughing. Is it really that funny? Is this almost a test to see, like, what his emotions are like? Or to make him question his emotions? Makima's not laughing either. She's so cute. That movie was pretty meh. It wasn't interesting. Though it looked like it had pretty visuals, or a pretty big visuals budget. Ready for the next one? And they go to the next. They're all crying. She's not crying. Cute. It was pretty meh. I didn't like how it felt like it was trying too hard to make the audience cry. I think, again, I don't trust her. I think she's trying to maybe test him to see what his reactions are. And also the fact that each time he's like aligning with her and calling her cute, like maybe she's testing to see like how much he's only focused on her. And then the music was pretty good. The plot was too contrived. That was completely average. The next one is the last one. People say they don't understand this movie, but do you want to catch it, Denji? Honestly, none of the movies so far really did it for me. Maybe I just don't understand movies. I find only about 1 of every 10 movies interesting myself, but I've had that one movie change my life. And they're in an empty theater for this one. And then, yikes. It's not even a poignant scene. I don't want Makima to see me crying. And he's crying at the movie and looks over, and so is she. And then he leans back. That last scene, I'm going to remember it until the day I die. Okay, for any of you who also watch my Magical Girl Raising Project videos, this is feeling very Noko-chan-esque, and that's all I'll say. Me too. That one movie was worth the cost of all today's tickets. Yeah, it's very Noko-chan feeling, but I'm not gonna say what I mean by that yet until like we see what's going on. Miss Makima, do you think I have a heart? Why would you ask that? No real reason. Huh? And then she puts her ear to his chest. And then we have heartbeat sound effects. You do. I do. And she walks away. Alright. You're crying pochta. Okay, I'm going to end it here. Just, to be safe. That was interesting. So we finished off that arc, and again, we have really, really, really interesting stuff here. I like how little is being directly told to us. I'm excited. I was hoping rather than going on a date, I was hoping we'd see more of the Shark Fiend. I want to see him and Denji hang out. But either way, I'll end it here. A very, very, very fun 5 chapters. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's few chapters, my thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for more Chainsaw Man, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I can give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. We can talk anywhere you want to talk. Would always love to talk more about Chainsaw Man. Now I get to watch the anime as well, which is cool. Other than that, yeah, if you want to help support the channel, if you dropped a super thanks, it would be greatly appreciated. But if you want to become a patron or channel member, you'd get One Piece early, and you would also get a shout out at the end of every video. So thank you to patrons who went to patreon.com/HakuofTheTubes, or a link will be in the description. And also members who hit join down below to become a member. Thank you to them. Thank you to Chosen Regular, Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, Huarian, Smaller Dog, Cherryton Student, David Langstaff, and Slayer Candidate SG. I also realized that I still forgot. I mean, I said something on Discord, but Pure Element, Pate or Pate, sorry, Ardalol, so sorry that I forgot to ask for your name pronunciation, or I asked, but I forgot to wait for an answer. And also, I haven't edited the sort of end card yet. I need to do that before my next video. So I'll do that before the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.